What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the Marvel Studios, the first 10 years, Avengers Infinity War, Thanos versus Iron Man and Doctor Strange. Alright, gang, of all the Marvel Studios first 10 years sets that we've gotten so far, this was definitely my most anticipated of the bunch. The Hulkbuster versus the Hulk 2. They'd probably hand in hand, I would say. But this one I really dug because Marvel Legends gave us the Thanos that I wanted from the original Bat figure. One with a head like that. That's all I wanted, and I would have been in on that first Thanos wave. I was not. I did not get that one at all. And that's that. I mean, that's not true. I got a couple of figures from the wave, but otherwise, no good. We also got Iron Man Mark L over again. This time with a light-up gimmick, which is cool. Which is kind of sad for, like anybody that picked it up beforehand. Like, to have not known this was coming, kind of sucks. We get a new Doctor Strange here, kind of new, some new stuff on his arm, new head, otherwise very much the same. We're probably going to focus on that Doctor Strange mostly on this video, because this is pretty simple, kind of sort of. Then Thanos, well, I'm very excited about that. I also have this guy, and if you don't know what my plans here are, this is the SH Figure Arts one. And I got them both because I really, I couldn't decide on which one I wanted, and I was like, you know what? I want to get them both, and I want to do a video, a versus video. Now, I've done a versus SH Monster Arts versus NECA before, and I figured a Figure Arts versus Marvel Legends in a time when, Marvel Legends is employing their digital head sculpt is a really good idea. So it's something I've been talking about for quite a bit to do, and I'm excited to do it. So what you're going to see is we're going to do this review, then we're going to do this guy's review, because I think they deserve their own individual reviews, and then we'll do a comparison video where I probably won't get into the minutia of everything and more overviews, but we'll talk about, which is better. Ooh, and why? There's a lot of factors. There. But let's take a look at Iron Man, shall we? Oh, and there's the light-up gimmick. So here you go. It's actually really nice. I think it's very bright. Let's shut off some lights. Check that out. That is pretty cool. So a nice gimmick there. And you activate it by the button on his chest. If you want to shut it off, you can just click that off, right? That shuts it off. Oh, that's still on. Okay. I don't know what the difference is then, because it was on one way and not the other. Huh? I don't know. But, yeah, let's see. This goes on still, right? Yeah. It goes on either way. Maybe one is, it just stays on, and then the other one, you're able to shut it off. The light changed just slightly there. I don't know. We'll keep it on for now. There you go. I like it. I think it's a good gimmick. You do lose any articulation in his chest because of it, and if that's a problem, that's a problem with you. I can't fault you for that, but they didn't release this guy as a single figure like that. Though I don't think he's got articulation in that figure either, if I remember correctly. And why would he, right? Because this is that was the plan all along, so there was the base figure is probably there. I didn't get it, so I can't really compare, but I think this guy turned out pretty rad. I don't mind. I'm not an articulation nut, so it doesn't really bother me. I like the sculpt work throughout this armor's body here. It's good. It's really good. Look at all that. That's very nice stuff. And then you got some good gold in there with the blues, which is a nice metallic silvery blue. Really nice. I love how it looks all in here. Good job there. I think that looks great. And you got it on the arms again, and the plastic is like a kind of like red translucent plastic like we saw with the Mark 7, but a little bit different. It's not exactly the same. And of course I don't have that figure here because Ultrazilla Jr. Really wants to play with it, so I brought it upstairs to the apartment. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think the look is pretty good. As far as his head, his eyes are a little messed up. Like, there's like a hole. There's a hole. And that's weird. So it's cracked in there. But you really don't notice it from every angle. And then the blue is a little harsh. Little harsh in there. But, again, it's not super noticeable from every angle. So I'm fine with it. I could deal with it. But otherwise, I really like the sculpt on this head. I think it's a really good helmet, you know. I really like the side profile. I love how this line looks right there. It's nice. It's a nice armor. You know, one of my favorite ones, you know, like that I've seen. I just thought it looked cool. Yeah, not bad. Articulation, again, nothing in his chest. Head's on the hinge. You know, and he gives all kinds of swivels in there. It's on a ball joint, so hinge ball there, really good. Swivel, hinge at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow. Then you got hinge, swivel at the wrist. Kicks out only, well, spreads out only that far, kicks out that much, not much in the back. Swivel. Ooh, tight. Double jointed knee. And of course, ankle rocker hinge combo at the foot. And that is this Iron Man's articulation. He does come with a couple extra hands here, you know, the opposites of what we got there, and they're nice, they're painted. So that's good. You got the gold in there. And they have, you know, the open palms here have holes. And we got this thing again. In blue this time. Because that's what they give us. And it's really tight on this one. Like the hole, yeah. It goes in, but it keeps popping out on me. Or just hard to get in there. That is what it is. You either like them or you don't like them or you're ambivalent to them. So, I hate them. I really do. I just can't stand looking at them anymore. It is what it is. But Iron Man, I think he isn't bad at all. Alright, let's move over to the big guy here with Thanos and take a look at his one accessory. He's got an extra head. There it is. More pensive looking Thanos. We saw this a lot in the movie. And it's pretty good. It is. It is pretty decent. They have the digital head sculpt in there, paint. You can see it in the eyes. They're all like glossy. Almost too glossy in a way that like, you know, you kind of have a hard time seeing the pupils, but it's in there. I see it. You probably see it. But it's very glossy. But it's sculpted well. It looks really good, I think. You know, like, I really love his chin. Lips have a nice shade of purple on top of it. The skin tone is not bad. I like it, you know. It's a decent shade of purple. It's pretty good. I feel like there's almost like a slight wash on it at spots. It could be just the shadows there. Ears look good. It's a good head. It's a good head. You know, but it's nothing compared to this head. This is why I bought it. Because I wanted this really mean, growling head. Yeah, looks awesome. The eyes might be a little bit off. Again, it's so hard to say. There might just be a little bit too much purple underneath. which is a little bit in contrast to this. I feel like this one's more of a like a dark red, and here it's definitely like a purple. I don't feel like the eyes look as good here, so that's unfortunate. But like, you know, it is so small that it's kind of just hard to see in him. I think the teeth look great. You know, the white there again. He's got the purple lips, a little less pronounced on this head. And just all the sculpted in like wrinkles there look fantastic. I love all the lines on his face actually. It's really good. Really good looking. Just the head is completely nice. I don't know. I think it's cool. But yeah, the eyes might be just a bit off on mine. What are you gonna do? It might be. Hard to say. Now, taking a look at his body, he's really bulky. You know, like it's a really bulky Thanos, for sure. I'm definitely gonna give the movie a good check again before I do my comp video. I watched it recently, but I wasn't super paying attention to it again, you know, the second time. But definitely gonna look at it again before I do my comp video with the SHF. Because that's important. But as a toy itself, I don't mind it being, you know, like that video is gonna be different. This video is more like, how's this toy as a toy? You know what I'm saying? And this gold part here looks great. I love the design work in there. It looks really nice. It's a good gold. This is kind of more like almost like a gunmetal, but a little bit off. It's good. It's really nice. Like the texture on his back. This whole outfit looks good. This is a floating piece. A little soft, little excess gold on there. What are you gonna do? A little sloppy. Not slop. Yeah, it's a little sloppy here too. A little excess on the bottom of each. But it's a nice shiny gold, as you can see, and the texture looks really good. The front part of the belt looks nice. Same deal as here. Like the colors are the same. I wish there was a little bit of shading in his arms here. You know, something to go along these grooves. That would have been nice. Because it just really feels plain, and I don't feel like the shadows are really getting into him too much. Decent looking hand. Pants have a lot of nice wrinkles in them. They look pretty good. His knee guards here look alright. A little, you know, it's not perfect. But the gold is a nice gold again, and you know, that kind of gunmetal-ish silver is present once again. It's got like a really classical feel to it, you know. It reminds me of like my parents' old furniture in a way. Or like some other antique furniture, you know, like something about that. The boots look pretty good. Really good sculpt on them. I dig them. I really like that a lot. So, and you got even some sculpt work along the bottom edge here. Pretty good. Oh yeah, and it's a little thing here called the Infinity Gauntlet. Let's take a look at that. I like it. I think this looks rather nice. Really nice piece here. I like the way his hand is shaped for it. I think that looks good. The stones are all painted pretty decently, I gotta say. And there's various degrees of paint here, which is nice. Throughout, I really like the color. It's like a copper, and that's good. I dig that. It really feels like a glove. I'm having some lighting problems here. Not lighting problems, focusing problems. Focus. It's good. Really good sculpt. Really nice looking. It just has a nice like armor feel to it, but kind of leathery in a way. Good stuff. Yeah, that's nice, guys. That's a nice Infinity Gauntlet. I have no problem whatsoever. I don't know how it looked completely on the bath because I didn't get it, of course. And I don't know how much it's changed from that, but I think this is a pretty solid looking Thanos. No doubt about it. As far as articulation, head is on a hinge ball there. It looks like it's pretty deep down here, but I have to get completely down. Oh, there you go. And then you could go up, so that's pretty good. You got the diaphragm joint there, some good clicks in there. Waist turns nicely. Hinge swivel at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep, single jointed elbow. Hinge swivel at the wrist. On this hand, same thing. Did you get a cut here? No. He splits that much. Mine's got some pretty loose legs, which is unfortunate. Kicks up that much, goes back that much, and you see a little separation there. But that could be from, yeah, the way the Build-A-Figures are. Swivel. Double jointed knee, which kind of breaks a little awkwardly, I would say. Yeah, and the top portion. Ooh, there we go. That's rough. Hinge and a rocker at the foot. So my biggest complaint is the legs being pretty loose, which is a common thing with the Build-A-Figures, unfortunately, at least in my experience. Definitely would like to get some like floor polish in there or something to make it a little more sturdy. But otherwise, I don't know. I think this is a pretty good Thanos. Like, I definitely think so. Alright, and let's take a look now at the good doctor. He comes with this thing, this effect part here. I forget exactly what it's called. This particular spell, some sort of shield deal. He's got an extra hand for it, so I can hold on to it. It's nice. I believe we saw this in the last one, which he might have saw him poking his head out. We're gonna compare the two shortly, but I think this, yeah, it looks like the same hand. So, yeah, it's nice. I'm not sick of it, so it's nice. But let's bring in a doctor here. Besides that hand, he's got this like open hand, which is very similar to this. So yeah, we're gonna do more of a comparison video review of this guy. I think that's the proper way to go. The two biggest differences here are this effect arm, basically, that they did. You don't get anything else, but you know, he's working his magic, and you can do all the little hand gestures and start working it. I like it. I think it's cool. I don't need him to be plain and vanilla. I think this is very nicely done. It just stays on his hand. It's glued in there, but it looks cool. Got all kinds of nice, you know, magical Sorcerer Supreme goodness in there. And you got a little one around his forearm, and you know, one further down his forearm. And they're all good. Very well designed. Nice, ornate. The green is kind of muted, and that's kind of cool. I don't mind it. I think that looks pretty cool. So there's that. And then you got the head sculpt here. Well, three things are different. The cape is different too. The cloak of whatever it is. Cloak of levitation? Cloak of something. No. It's the, yeah, I forget. Technical terms. Hey, the Eye of Agamotto, I remember that. And it's got, you know, it's holding its gem there, whichever gem that was. Yeah, so this head sculpt. Let's talk about it. It's good. He looks like Benedict Cumber Sherlock Patch. Yeah, I definitely think so. He's got an interesting smirk. You know, the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. You know, it's got the digital face paint on there. I think that turned out really well. The smirk almost makes it look like the face, but it's not. I think it's pretty decent. And then they got the sculpted in hair, which I've noticed they're doing more of like this lately, where it's like 2 pieces. I don't mind it, but they gotta like close the gap sometime a little bit better. It's not bad on this side, but you see a nice little gap in there on that side. But the hair looks good, sculpted very well. The gray in it is cool without being like super pronounced. I like it. I mean, it could be, I guess it could be better, but like at this price point, and you'll hear me say that a lot when I do the comparison video between the Thanoses. It's good. It works. It works. I mean, like, compare it to the first movie, Doctor Strange, and you know what? This is actually not a bad Doctor Strange for being just like a generic toy version sculpt. It's cartoony and it's good, and the eyes look good, and I don't know, it's not bad. But this looks better for sure. But I don't mind this. But this looks better. And of course, again, the cloak here is different. And I like them both. They both have some cool qualities about them. I do like the color on this old one, maybe just a little more. And I love this like giant fold in it. I think that's pretty ambitious on Hasbro's part to do something like that. You know, it's like its own character in a way, which it is. It looks good. I do think so. But this new one looks really nice as well. It's got some extra textures in there, which is cool. And that is good. The color, it doesn't bother me. And it's got some different folds, which is nice as well. So there you go. And the interior is much nicer here. I really love the texture, and I love the wash they put on there. You get the texture there, but not as like deep, you know, and no wash on that one. So there's that. Looking at their bodies, the rest of the bodies are pretty much the same except for color. As you can see, the arms are different there. Only in the like that light blue around his forearm there is the only difference. And then this is a lighter shade than this one is. You got this blue in here as well. I do like this blue underneath his belt here. It stands out more than this does. And I actually think this is better. I like the gold and the gold rivets. You get no color on the rivets at all here. And you get a silver one there. So this stands out better. The eye is much better on the new one. There you go. Yeah, this is much different. So I guess it is a lot different in a way. This one has a little peg that goes in this back. So, and then the pants and boots are exactly the same. So you got the different color here. But otherwise, it's the same sculpt. So there you go. Want to do a little comparison for you of the two more in depth. But I like it. It does, I mean, if you take this off, it looks really, really bad. Like there's nothing you could do that'll make this look good in this way. It's just, this head was not made for this body, so it's tough. It's a tough go. But with his cloak, it looks good. It adds like some weight to his neck, which is great, which is what it needed for sure. If I could get that in the hole, yes, go make your jokes. But there you go. You know, like that looks good like that. And where did the eye go? It's gone. It's somewhere. There it is. Looking at that a little better, it's really nice. Nice sculpt. They did a good job with that one. And this holds everything together. So yeah, it works for me. I don't know. It does. Articulation head is on the bald hinge there. You get nothing in his chest, but you get like a really like free flowing waist, which means it's just on a ball joint in the middle there. Hinge swivel, kind of tight at the shoulder. Do get bicep swivel, get a double jointed elbow. Not really hindered by this, which is good. Hinge swivel at the wrist. The legs are really like a bad point in this figure. You can't split apart that much, mainly because this plastic is not as soft as it looks. Kicks out that much, doesn't really kick back at all. You get really high thigh rotation, double jointed knee. You do get boot cut here, which is good. And you get the swivel ankle hinge deal. So, I don't know. I ended up really liking this Doctor Strange. And I guess I really like this set. I have very little bad to say. I think it's, you know, like the loose legs on him, I guess lack of articulation on him, but like, I don't mind it. I like it. The eye is probably the worst thing there. And I do wish they just would have went back to drawing board on the body, just because without the cape, he really doesn't look that good. Granted, I'm always going to keep him like this. So there's that. I don't know. I just wish they just went all out. Because we just deserve a good Doctor Strange figure at this price point. And this is almost there. Yeah, it's almost there. I'll leave it as that. Alright, let's do some size comparisons on these guys, shall we? Here's that Thanos. You can see he's a little smaller. But smaller better. I don't know. Tune in. Here is Falcon. There goes Falcon. Here is Winter Soldier from that same set. Alright, we will be looking at those guys soon as well. We got on this side. We have a little purple guy with a foot soldier. And here is a Power Ranger. Let's get the Power Rangers versus Thanos. How about that? He doesn't want to stand either right now. How about Raphael? Hey, I like that. Raphael looks good. Oh, look what we have here. We still got Silver Surfer here. Oh, Silver Surfer versus Thanos, guys. Come on. Can we get that? Can we get that going? Can we get that going, Marvel? Can the second Infinity War have that? You guys got the rights to this again. Make it happen. Make it happen. Here is Ultraman Belial Atrocitus. Should be getting another Ultraman in this week, guys. Gotta go pick it up, actually. And SH Figure Arts Tiger Mask. And a couple of big guys here, who I will be reviewing soon as well. Trying to work through these Marvel Studio figures now, guys. That's what I'm doing. I mean, obviously I'm going to be doing this dude next, but, you know, it's still Infinity War stuff. And then, you know, Marvel Studio stuff. Hey, they're a little off. So, overall, I think this set is worth it. You know, it's about $70 or so. For the 3 figures, you get, you know, you're getting a Bat figure and 2 figures. One lights up. One's got a, you know, really pretty good face and a really neat gimmick. You know, not gimmick, like FX part there. That's a gimmick, and that's neat. So, I don't know. I like this set. I think it works. I wish, like I said, I wish this was a little different, you know, as far as the body goes. But it's different enough, and altogether it does look cool as a Doctor Strange. So I'm good with it. I do like this Thanos. His legs are a little shaky, but that Infinity Gauntlet's pretty good, and the rest of his body looks pretty good. I do like the big, bulky Thanos, so it works for me. I dig it. Alright, guys, and that's my review for this 3-pack here. Definitely well worth it. Definitely, if you like Marvel Legends and if you like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is a great set to get, especially if you skipped out on that Beth, which I did. So there you go. Alright, guys, so please like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, and share, and until next time, peace out, peeps.